Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Rockayy, and I'm bringing you guys another YouTube video here today. And what I'm going to be talking about is the possibility of competitive Call of Duty and MLG moving over to the PS4 now that Sony is partnered with Activision. Now, they don't have to do this. I'm pretty sure MLG can stick with the Xbox One, but I believe that if anything is going to happen with the console switch or anything like that, it would be in MLG's best interest to put competitive back on the PlayStation. If you guys didn't know, in 2011 during Black Ops 1, it was played on the PS3. And then Xbox pretty much paid MLG to play on the Xbox 360, and that's why ever since then it's been on the Xbox, because Xbox has put money into some events for MLG and stuff like that. But I watched Scumpy's video today, and I couldn't have agreed more with him. He pretty much said everything I was thinking. I mean, it's going to be more profitable for MLG since, you know, it's a better console. Being on the PS4 would be a better experience for the pros and for the people watching. It would bring money, basically it'd bring more money to everybody except Microsoft. It'd be a win-win in everybody's corner except Microsoft. I'm sure the sponsors would make more money. You know, I'm not trying to make this all about money because it is a business though, but from a sports, I guess, from a sports angle, you have to make it entertaining. And you know, if you're professional, if the players do not like using your console, I think that gives MLG a big reason to switch over to the PS4, because there's a few pros out there who don't have a PS4, who don't want a PS4, but there's other pros who don't mind if they play it in the PS4 because they know the Xbox One is terrible. Scumpy said, and I quote, "The Xbox One is the only console that I've gotten worse on. It means on the 360 he was a god. On the Xbox One, it made him play worse. Like, he was not as good as he used to be." And I mean, I don't have an Xbox One, so I couldn't say, yeah, I agree with that. But going from the PS3 to the PS4, it didn't make me play any shittier. I mean, obviously I had to get used to the console, but after that was over, I mean, it was just like riding a bike. You don't really forget how to play Call of Duty. So I'm pretty sure there's no reason why a pro can't switch over to the PS4. I mean, I don't think the sponsors would mind. I don't think anybody other than the pros would mind switching over to a new console. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. If it doesn't switch over, you know, we shouldn't cry about it, because, you know, us PS4 players are going to get early DLCs. Like, I think that's cool, but I would rather have competitive moving over to the PS4 than early DLC, because I don't really buy DLCs, but, you know, that's whatever. But in other news, I want to talk about roster changes also. Basically, Denial is like no longer a team, and if they are, they have no players at all. They're completely out of players. So basically what happened was Clayster and Replays ended up dropping. I guess Clayster was at the time. He was the new captain once Replays retired or left Denial. So Clayster dropped JCap, and then Clayster and Attach left to join FaZe. So now FaZe is consisting of Zuma, Enable, Clayster, and Attach. And honestly, that's such a good roster right there. That lineup is gonna give Optic a run for their money. I mean, that's a top 3 team, and I really think FaZe is going to get second or third place one time, like, you know, or maybe first place once. That's what I meant to say, because that roster, even the old roster, has come so close to beating Optic. Now that they have Clayster and Attach on that team, they're just going to get even better. And considering Enable and Attach are gods with the ASM one, and then you have Clayster and Zuma, who are really good with the bow. Clayster is arguably one of the best bow shots in the game. So having him on FaZe, which is already a T2 team, I mean, it's just going to get really hard to beat them. So I'm really excited to see what FaZe has to, you know, like what they can do with Optic and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd really interested to see what you think is going to happen with the roster changes. I don't really have any predictions for you guys, because I think every team is basically where they should be at, and I think that they're all good teams. And the only thing I can imagine happening is Optic Nation dropping Moch and picking up JCap, or dropping Moch and picking up Proofy from Envy, sorry. or maybe Proof goes to TK. That's probably the only thing I can really think of. Every other team's pretty much a good ass team, and they all have the talent that they need to be successful. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like rated, much appreciated, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.